I love being in my soft life era, but just because you're living a soft life doesn't mean that you do nothing, you have no habits or systems, or that you're not productive, especially if you're an entrepreneur. In fact, the systems that you set up are going to be what allows you to have a soft life, both in your personal and your business world. Hi, I'm Nana, and here we talk about and implement all things passive income, personal development, and mindset. I started from zero and created 6 figures in digital products and a passive income real estate portfolio. And now I love helping other people do the same. So, a little while back, I was at a point where I definitely girl bossed a little too close to the sun, and I was all the way burnt out. I just had so much going on. I was trying to do all the things, and your girl was just exhausted. And so, like I said, I'm working on my soft life vibe, soft life era, especially now as a new mom, and so much going on that you have to learn being a new mom. I don't want to overdo things in my business, but I still want my business to thrive. And it's so easy to allow yourself to burn out, especially as an entrepreneur, especially as a woman with all the things we have on our plates, especially as a human in this day and age, with all the things we have to think about. So you have to truly be mindful and present and create systems that are actually going to allow you to have the soft life that you desire. You have to be intentional about this. And it's good to know that, we all have different seasons of our life that we go through, and some of those seasons are going to be more quote unquote soft than others, right? There are some seasons where maybe you're building something from scratch business-wise, and it's going to be a little bit more intense, right? You're going to be a lot more focused. But maybe there are other seasons, again, like a new mom. I was trying to actually build some products and stuff when I first had baby boy, and I had to check myself and be like, hey, chillax, focus on actually being a mom, actually spending time with your son, actually enjoying this period. And of course I was doing all that, but my mind was still working. My mind was still going until I gave myself permission to just be in the moment and be in that season, especially in what they like to call the 4th trimester. When you first have baby, those first 3 months are like a doozy. Whether you're a new mom or a second time, third time, fourth time, 10th time, like I have heard from all my mom friends that no matter what, that first 3 months is, it's off the chain. You're learning a whole new human being. So, you also have to respect the season that you're in. And I love the book Atomic Habits. If you've been on my channel a little while, you may have heard me talk about the book by James Clear. It is just so great when it comes to habit formation and how to build good habits and how to get rid of not so good habits. But I love one of the quotes in the book that says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fail to the level of your systems." I'm gonna repeat that again. You don't rise to the level of your goals. So whatever your goal is, you actually fail to the level of your systems. So it's just saying again that the systems that you create is what's going to allow you to have the lifestyle, the habit, whatever it is that you actually desire. So let's get into the 3 productivity hacks and habits that are going to allow you to have a softer life. Number 1 is going to be to actually ask for help. I know this one is tough for a lot of us. It was really hard for me because, I definitely bought into that culture a few years back of, I can do bad all by myself. I'm a bad bitch. And I'm not saying that's totally bad, because it's good to learn how to do things on your own and do for yourself. But if you lean too hard into that, you are going to find yourself struggling. I actually read a book on femininity a few years back because I found that I was going too hard and living too hard in my masculine energy. Yes, I still appeared feminine, of course. Your girl's a good looking chick. But I was definitely approaching the world with masculine energy and just learning how to ask for help, learning how to actually be willing to receive and being open to, what was out there and what could come to me instead of always having to grind and go for it. was really, really helpful. We are meant to live in community with others. We are meant to live with friends, family, or live around friends, family that we can lean on in tough times. And I definitely experienced, a year and a half of tough times when I went through a really bad loss back in 2021. And having community and being able to actually ask for help and receive help was really crucial to my healing as well. And the same goes for business. You can ask for help in business. You can get mentors, you can get training, you can go on YouTube, you can actually ask friends for help. And this goes especially for moms, ask someone to help you watch baby, ask someone to see if they can help around the house. And I know this is not easy for everyone. I'm definitely not trying to take that level of privilege or anything like that, but sometimes it comes down to just asking. My sister is so good at this. Like, she asked my mom for help with kids and stuff like that all the time. And here I am like, oh, I don't know. Maybe she has somewhere to go with her friends and da-da-da. My sister's like, you better ask that lady. So you need to ask for help. And I get it. Sometimes you don't want to ask everyone. You want to make sure you're asking the right people who are positive, people who are willing to help. It's just that maybe you've been a little nervous to ask. And the worst they can do is say no, and you can ask someone else, or you can move on to another plan. And if you're looking for help when it comes to your business and making passive income, I do have a private group coaching membership, which is called the Passive Income and Chill Society. So you can learn more about that in the description box below. So the second tip that you can do is to live a more keyless lifestyle. So what is a keyless life? I first heard this term from an author called Denise Dunsfield Thomas in her book, Chillpreneur. Y'all, I love to read. So in Chillpreneur, she talks about the keyless life, how she first discovered this lifestyle. It was, a few years back, the first time she ever got a car that you could open as long as the key was on your person, right? You can just go up to the car and press a button. You don't actually have to have the physical key. Now, for some of you younger folks, maybe that's the only type of car but for a lot of us, and even still some cars today, you actually have to use the physical key. You have to have it on you to be able to open the car. Or even you just have to press that button to be able to open the car. You can't just tap and hit. So she discovered she was a mom, or she is a mom, and she had a couple kids that were really young. And the first time she got this car, and she had baby here, groceries here, all this stuff, and she was able to just tap the car, or tap the car and open the door without having to dig around her purse. We've all been there where you're like, where the fudge did I put the key? She was able to just open the car, and she had this aha moment that, she wants to create a keyless life. And that means just having less friction to get to what you want, right? Less friction. There was less friction for her when she opened that door, because she didn't have to put a baby down or put groceries down. She was able to just open the door and keep it moving, right? So what could a keyless life look like for you? Well, for me, that means doing little things that are going to reduce friction. So I work all over the house, right? I work from home, and the worst thing that happens if you get settled in somewhere, maybe in your living room or in your bedroom, and you're click-clapping away at work, and then you realize that your computer or your phone is about to die. So for me, one of the things that helps me to have a keyless life is actually having multiple chargers for my devices in multiple rooms. So right now, my husband and I both have a Microsoft Surface laptop. I actually just got a new MacBook I'm very excited about, but I haven't set it up. But for years, I've had a Microsoft Surface. So I went on Amazon and I bought third-party chargers, right? I didn't buy it directly from Microsoft, but I bought these $20 chargers off of Amazon. I got 3 or 4 of them so I could put them around the house so that if I have my laptop, I'm doing something, I can just plug it in, and it's not this whole interruption in my workflow. And you'd be surprised how helpful that is. If you're downstairs and you just have to stop whatever you're doing and climb the stairs, it's annoying. It's not necessarily the end of the world at all, but it just helps reduce the friction to whatever you're doing. The same goes, like I said, for phone chargers. Having a phone charger wherever you are in multiple parts of your house is really helpful. This could also help with whatever goals that you have going on. So for me, a few years back, I needed to start taking medicine twice a day. And then I also wanted to add my supplements. And I had literally my whole life, I had been like, I'm not a pill person. I can't take pills, me. So I knew like these were medicines and pills that I had to take. So what I did was first of all, I got like a really beautiful pill case, and I put my pill case right by my toothbrush. I know that I brush my teeth twice a day. I don't know about you, but that's what I do. So I put it right there so that, again, it was less friction and I have more of a keyless way of taking that medication. This goes back to the book Atomic Habits, when he talks about priming your environment, right? Setting up your environment in a way that's going to make it easier to actually do the habit that you're looking to complete. Another simple keyless lifestyle thing that I have done recently is actually just putting big trash cans in major high traffic areas. So I like to hang out in my loft a lot, upstairs, and I was having to get up and go like downstairs to throw away big trash or into another room. So I put a trash can there. Well, I actually haven't done this yet, but I plan to this weekend, put a trash can in our garage, because I find that the car gets filled up with water bottles and all kinds of things, like when we go out and run errands and stuff like that, and it just kind of collects in the car, and then you have to think about like, oh, let me get all this stuff and take it to the kitchen and throw it away. So having a trash can, I used to have one, I don't know what happened to it, but having a trash can right in the garage so you can easily just knock stuff or toss stuff into the trash is another way to make your life a little more seamless. Another way I'm incorporating a keyless lifestyle is in my business. So for me, one of my goals this year is to create more YouTube content. And I found that one of the biggest things holding me back was like, I never knew where my stuff was. It was just like my lights were over here, my camera was over here. I had a camera, I didn't even know how to use it, and just all those little things. So every time I needed to record, it was a whole production of trying to find what I needed. So now what I've done is I just have my tripods in the room, in my office. I have my camera stuff in one area. I have my chargers in one area, because that would be a thing too, like, the camera has died. I'm done, I'm over it. But now that I have things a little more organized and a little more seamless, it makes it so much easier to just sit down and actually record a video. I have a whole process now for, the day that I do, what I'm gonna talk about and think about my ideas, and when I'm gonna record and when I'm gonna edit. And again, that makes things so much easier than trying to go and fly by the seat of my pants and then nothing actually gets done. So you can do this if you want to work out. Maybe you keep all of your workout clothes in a specific drawer so it's not all over the place and you know where it is. Maybe you keep your weights in a specific area so that you know exactly when you're going to work out, where your stuff is that you need. And another way that you can make your world a little more keyless when it comes to your business is actually, if you happen to use ChatGPT, which a lot of us are starting to do, you can actually go into your settings and tell ChatGPT a little bit about who you are, what you do, what your niche is, what you talk about, and all that stuff. And you can put it in your settings so that you don't have to retell ChatGPT every single time, who you are, what you do, what all the things, so that it can give you the right output. Because AI and ChatGPT is only as good as the info that you give it, right? So if you can set it up and train it so that it knows who you are from the jump within your settings, you're gonna make your creation with that program so much more easy as time goes along. And if you're looking for some easy prompts for ChatGPT to be able to use in your business to grow it to 6 figures, to help you with your social media and with your business ideas, I do have a free 30 ChatGPT prompts to automate your business guide that you can find in the description box below. So the third hack for living a more soft life in your business and your personal life is to focus on the one thing. There's a book by Gary Keller called The One Thing, and it's something I like to read at least once a year. And it's all about how by focusing on the one thing, that which by doing that one thing will make everything easier or unnecessary, you can basically eliminate a lot of the busy work that you do and a lot of the things that are just not needed in order to get where you want to be. And this has been a game changer for me. I always like to say I have a splash ADD, and you know, I've never gotten tested because every time I spoke to a therapist and they were like, you might have ADHD, they'd send me some like long form and test, and I was like, this, if I have ADHD, this would not help me. I'm not gonna do this long test. But anyway, that is a tangent. But you know, reading this book, and the reason why I like to read it over and over again is because I kind of forget sometimes that how much better focusing on one thing at a time really makes you way more productive. So I am so guilty of having 11 tabs open at the same time and trying to multitask, right? But they say that it actually sometimes takes like 15 to 20 minutes for your brain to switch back and forth between tasks. So if you're doing one thing and then you try to switch over and come back, you're actually lengthening the amount of time it's taking to get something done. So I find that when I focus on one thing at a time in my business, and when I really ask that question, what in terms of being able to prioritize what's the most important, asking the question, what is the one thing that if I do it will help make everything else easier or unnecessary? When you think in terms of that, especially as a business owner, you really are going to start to simplify your business. So focusing on one thing is actually going to reduce all of the noise that you have. It's going to reduce a lot of the overwhelm that you're feeling and help you to focus on what's important and let go of all the rest. Because one of the biggest things with burnout is when we're trying to do all the things all the time, all at once. So making sure that you're focusing on one thing at a time is really, really key. And what I like to do, or what I've started to do, is planning for the quarter. So I plan out by the week, and I usually try to have one thing that is my main focus for that week. Of course, there are other things that you can get done, but if you have that one focus, it's more likely that you're actually going to get that one thing done within that week versus, you know, you've got all your goals and you're trying to work on all the goals at the same time and nothing is happening, and it's taking you way longer to get to your desired outcome. And I do have some goal planners. So again, if you're looking for an easy way to set up your goals and actually focus on one thing at a time, especially one thing every single week, go ahead and check out my free 12-week Trello board planner. You can check that out in the description box below. It's gonna help you plan out your quarter and help you to get more done in 12 weeks than most people do in a year. And it's all digital, but you can also print it out and, you know, put that up in your room, wherever you are, and keep it moving. And a bonus tip to live a more soft life is to upgrade frequently used tools. So, you know, anything that you're using a lot and that's gonna get a lot of wear and tear, you wanna make sure that you're utilizing the best version possible for you. And you'd be amazed at how much of a difference this will make, especially as a business owner, entrepreneur, side hustler, in terms of your workflow. So this could be, you know, if you've got a slow laptop, upgrading when you're ready to a faster laptop. So a simple example, if you are a content creator, could be like if you edit in CapCut, and there are different versions of CapCut, right? There's the website CapCut, there's your phone app, and then there's the desktop version. And editing on the website is not always as stable. How do I know this? Experience, right? And editing on the phone, it's a smaller screen, so it's not always as easy to utilize all of the features that it has. Versus editing on the desktop, you have all the features available to you, you have a lot more space, and it's a way more stable system. So again, it's something small, but just making that shift in terms of the tool that you use can help you have and more easy process and a more smooth process. Another example could be updating or upgrading your storage, right? Upgrading your Wi-Fi. If you find that you're always running out of storage and it's causing friction in your life, just making that slight change to upgrade your storage or get an external hard drive can make things a lot easier for you. If you know that, hey, you've got 50 million 11 devices in your house and your Wi-Fi is slow, maybe upgrading your Wi-Fi is going to be that game changer for your business so that you don't spend so much time in lag when you're trying to do something. Another example could be going from a slow laptop to a newer laptop with more speed. So again, that you don't have that lag. It's not taking you forever to do simple tasks just because of the speed of your laptop. It could be going from a PC to a Mac if that's better for your business, or a Mac to a PC if that's better for your business. And it doesn't always have to be something major or expensive. It could be as small as upgrading your pens. If you write a lot, you write in your journal or you write your notes, whatever it is that you're doing, upgrading your pens instead of having pens that are constantly running out of ink, that just look janky, that you've had for the last 10, 15 years, let it go. That small upgrade can make a change and make you feel a little more abundant and make you feel like you're living more of that soft life. And if you want to learn how you can create a more soft life side hustle or business, go ahead and check out my next video that's going to show you the best way to make passive income and make it in a way that feels soft and easy and avoids burnout.